What is up, YouTube? A9 here, and welcome back to another episode of Over-Engineering Survival. So, in the last episode, I believe we worked on this gantry crane, and in between episodes, I have actually got it working. Sort of. I'm using the Park script instead of MROS because it's a lot easier to set up. Though it does have one downside. It appears to not work with wheels as well. So I can't just have a toggle on the remote control to say toggle wheels yes or no. It seems to break the script. So I have to have a remote control with wheels and a remote control without wheels. But we've got full control. I might adjust the speeds a little bit on the individual rotors as we use them. But yeah, so next time we end up using this, which might be in this episode, I'm not 100% sure yet if I'll need it, but we're going to be making a laser level of sorts today, so yeah, it'll involve putting a large grid projector on top of either a new trailer or on the back of our current truck. So that'll be fun. But before we do that, this has been really annoying me, and it's time I fix this. I need to make this flush with the floor. Like, the projector flush with the floor. So, currently right now, I'm going to be getting rid of all of this anyways, so. Currently right now, we have it actually sitting flush on an advanced rotor. So, this can't go any further down. So, we're going to need to go underneath, and we're going to need to completely redo all of this. So, I'm going to get ready for doing all that, so getting all the control parts I'll need, and also tearing this all out. So I'll be right back for when we start that. Okay, so this time we're probably gonna want we're definitely gonna want the rotor sitting right here. And actually, this time we might even be able to make it be piped because we have the new. Let me add small head. Right! That's also a thing now. Which, I mean, is totally fine. Because it means we won't even have to change. I was gonna say, because we have the 3-to-1 connector bit thing. Is that not? Where is that? Is that under this one? Where's the conversion piece? This thing right here. Conveyor converter. Which I guess is its own block. Weird. But yeah, the conveyor converter. I was gonna say, we have that, so we can go from. But nope, we're good. We don't even need to, because that small head exists. So in order to make this airtight, we'll need to have a full block here and a full block here. So we can either do that via so weirdly, I don't think these are airtight on all sides. So, well, not weirdly, they definitely aren't, because there's holes in the side. So I think we're just gonna go with full conveyors. So before I build those, I'll have to put actual blocks there. And I'll need to do a full block back here as well. So let me gather up all the bits and pieces for this before I run out of oxygen. And I will get it all welded up. Alright, so I believe this should be airtight now, even though we can still see through. But I figured I'd add a little light in here, because eventually I want to get the entire under part of the base actually properly built up. I don't think I'll ever make it airtight, but it would be nice to, have the maintenance, in quotation marks, tunnels built up. And add like a proper doorway in here with like actual stairs and everything, with like a little, maybe like a little mini cabin or something buried in some snow. It'd be really nice. But I believe this should be airtight now, so we can close the door. I can drop my O2 bottle, and we can continue working on this. I think for right now I'm gonna have to take out one of these and put a stair in. But let's make sure. Yep, low O2, so we're good. And I believe that shouldn't have. Yeah, we're good. Let me toss this. And let me grab this steel plate. Oh, I destroyed that. Well, I'm gonna have to do some repairs in here, I think, now. That's nice. Okay, well, for right now, just so I can get in and out of here. Alright, so this time, well, let me grab a bunch of, that's the wrong thing. Some of these. Okay, so up more. How much more up do I want? Okay, actually now the question becomes, yeah, how much more up do I want? Because I could do like 2 pistons. I'm gonna do like 2. I got the room. I'm gonna do. I mean, 3 pistons would just basically be ridiculous, but I have the room. Although I don't know with 3 pistons if I'll be able to make it flush. Because that's the key. I want it to be flush with the floor. So, you know what? Let's just do 2 pistons. Make this a full block. Well, a conveyor block. 1 piston. That's 11 centimeters down. That still won't be flush. Okay, so no, I could only do 2 pistons.
Energy
Whoa,
low.
that was some clang. Are you okay there, Rotorhead? Don't look to be okay. So I guess we'll do this. Actually, no, I don't need to do that at all, because I can build up the side of a piston. 1, 2. And then on top of that, we're gonna put one of these. And then, where's the thing I'm looking for? Projector. So front, that way I guess. And then we can move that up to be flush with the floor. And since I don't want the entire floor to be moving, obviously, we can do something like this. Where I'm not even... There we go. And I'm out of materials. So it's still not going to be flush, damn it. Unless... I mean, that's a lot more flush. And if I drop the displacement down, not so much that it's yelling at me, but boom, perfect. Like that is perfectly flush. And then I hope the these guys will fit through. So I'm gonna weld up the one of these pistons. And then hope that they fit through. So let's change velocity. No sparks. We're good. So then I can have the minimum distance be like properly flush with everything. So that way when I'm driving over, you know, like there's a little bit of a drop, but it should be fine. Actually, before I put in that row, I'm gonna weld everything up. So just give me a couple minutes and I'll be back and we can start work on the next project. So I'm here in my creative test world, so just ignore everything. This is a project we'll be building later. Actually, hold on, let me move the sun so it's we can actually see what's going on. But basically the next project requires use of a laser level. So I've built a 16 kilometer long large grid, 1 by 16 kilometers, whatever how many blocks that is, in order to measure out how we're going to be doing the rail for our train. And I don't want to have to put a large grid projector on a block. So what we can actually do is we can trick the game a bit. So this is a really cool trick if you want to display a large grid projector from a small grid or vice versa, without having to use the, I mean, not a large grid, you can use the little table thing to display a small grid. But let's say you don't want to, for whatever reason. If you have, so for this, there's the big old long large grid, but if I take a blueprint of this small grid, which I've already done, but I can do it again, just to show you guys. So we got our laser level. And make sure it says small right here instead of large, because if I take a blueprint of this, it'll just be a large grid, and I will have to use a large grid projector to project it, I believe. But if we go over here, because now we're going to be loading a small grid projector. And we can, doesn't matter which one I select. So multi-grids are not supported, only the largest grid will be used. That happens to be our large grid. So now you guys can display large grids using small grid projectors. Now, of course, we can't weld this projection at all, so it's not super useful, but for this case, it'll actually be very useful. So yeah, I'll head over into our survival world and we can get started building our laser level. So yeah, just really quickly, if you try and, I just took a blueprint of this, but if you try and throw a large grid blueprint into a small grid projector, this is what happens. Static 7.6. It'll think about it for a minute and then it says incorrect size. So yeah, that's why you can't just do it. Just take a blueprint and throw it into a small grid projector. It doesn't let you. Right, so we're back in the survival world, and just really quickly I wanted to show you guys that this is what the new projector floor looks like. So I put the little hazard strip around it because it's like, this is real world. There's a little bit of a dip in the floor. It's a tripping hazard. You know, you want to make it high vis so everyone can see what's going on. And then in order to raise it, well, no wait, that turned. One of these buttons is it. There we go. Now it raises, and then I can press the big red button to stop it at whatever height I want. The smaller button reverses direction. And then that one's to toggle the projector on and off, because when I'm building, I like to lay everything out with the just the projector one layer at a time, basically, and then weld it all up, just so I don't miss anything. So we'll hit reverse and just sink it back into the floor. And man, that thing bouncing around is getting really annoying. But anyways, we're going to build the laser level using that trick I just showed you guys. And I actually need to grab some parts first. So I think a good spot to probably put it, I mean, oh, you know what? What if I just have it forever mounted to this thing? That might be a pretty cool idea. So instead of having it detachable, just have it hanging off one of the sides or something. So if I ever need to lay out another laser level, I can. Having one like a piston like this would be actually really useful. Would you stop clanging, please? It's very annoying. I can't even tell if it's this or if it's the floor. Or if it's the truck I'm standing on. Everything around here clangs. Honestly, I might do it on a piston like this guy. Do something like this. Unable to... Because this way, it'll always be here. I don't know how useful it'll be, but it'll always be here. And that's what this truck is designed for. This truck is designed for, you know, having everything. We'll put that at 0. What's my... Stand up. As for the level, it'll just be 1, 2, and spin around. Where the heck is my projector? There it is. Three. And then, of course, we can shrink that down as far as it'll go. Shrink this one down as far as it'll go. And now we got like a little compact laser level. On a piston! For whatever reason. Probably actually didn't even need to be on a piston. I could have just put it on a couple blocks, but we're here now. Can I don't think I can actually see those. Unless I increase the displacement. Did I grab the projector? No, I didn't. There we go. So let me weld all of this up and I'll be right back. Right, so now our laser level is nice and compact. Right here. And that way, if in the future we design anything that can hook onto these merge blocks, which I do have some plans for, like another crane. Yes, I know, what is that, your third crane? Fourth crane? Something like that? But it would be nice if this thing had a crane on it, so if it, well, when eventually I get the flatbed trailer built for this, we can offload it. But that way the crane should still be able to fit underneath this laser level. And honestly, I might put another thing here. I'm not exactly sure what it'll be. But yeah, so we're gonna head over to where we're gonna be building the train. Let's turn on the lights. Goodbye, clangy bass. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the ladder up. I don't think it'll clip the ground, but just in case. Alright, so we're at the nickel mine, which is our best spot to build the rail line because it's the lowest point in the down the mountain we can drive to. Also, I have turned around to grab some food, and also I grabbed the drone because, you know, instead of flying it all the way from the base to here, why don't I just drive it? So yeah, we're gonna be using the drone to spot down the mountain for our laser level, but for right now, let me get the drone off of this thing, because I don't think we can deploy the laser level with the drone on the back. Where is the remote control for the drone? Oh god. You know, it's a little difficult to fly. Please stop moving. Good enough. Alright. So let's set up the laser level. Oh no, 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 stop. Stop. Oh, I just broke something. projector. Okay. Of course, it would actually be side on. Sweet. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm just gonna use the frickin' controls we have on it. Alright, why am I changing the limit? Should we change the velocity? Whee! Nope. I have to fidget with this until it works. Well, that fixed it. I swear I know what I'm doing. All right. Oh god, the bouncing's gonna be a pain in the butt. So we're gonna need to go a bit to the left, or to the right. Probably too far. And then more down, I think. Degrees. All right, now we can fly the drone. I really hope there's no like it'll disappear limit type thing, because that would suck. Alright, well, so far it doesn't seem to be disappearing. Does it go up the other side of the mountain? It does. Good. Okay, so we're gonna need to go at a lower angle and a bit more to the left. Also, sorry if this is making anyone motion sick. It is not the easiest thing to fly. Also, look at the wiggle. That is awesome. Holy shit, this is the best idea I've ever had. Yeah, so we need that rail, or that line, to basically end down here. So I'm not too worried about our little guy rolling away at the bottom of this hill. I'm worried if it flips over, which I don't think it will. There we go, it looks stable. Alright. So we need to go down more. So we'll stop at like 35 degrees. And then we'll rotate ourselves a bit to the right. Hop back in. So I'm gonna fiddle with this for a little while and I'll bring you guys back in when I'm done. Alright, so I think I got the laser in a pretty good spot. It's kind of hard to tell because of how much it's wobbling, but that's what happens when you've got a 16 kilometer, well, a 4.13 kilometer long laser. It has a lot of wobble at the other end. So yeah, it might be a little bit high off the ground near the end, but basically if I want to get it any better, I would have to start fiddling within like the points of a degree. And the fact that I can't build this laser, it's not going to be super accurate anyways. I'm going to have to free place a block to get it into to line it up. So yeah, it's not going to be perfect. It was basically just a guide. Pretty effective. Well, hopefully a pretty effective guide. So yeah, I'm gonna fly this seasick machine back up to the rover, and I won't make you guys watch it because yeah, oh my god, flying this thing around is nauseating. Yeah, so I will be right back. Alright, so now is the hard part. I've got to line up a block to that mess. And, oh wait, hold on. I mean, it's pretty darn close. I think that's basically as good as I'm gonna get. So that's gonna be one of our, well, not one of our rails, probably the middle of the rails. But, yeah. Laser levels of success. And if this isn't over-engineering, I don't know what is. So yeah, I think, for the next episode, we're gonna start a little, in quotation marks, a little base over here, with mainly a bunch of power generation is the thing we're gonna be needing. Cause yeah, we've got to dig 4.5, you know, we gotta basically go 4 kilometers of welding, digging, and also refining, because we're going to need to refine all of this stone in order to build the rails, because otherwise we're not going to have enough iron, and I don't even think we're going to have enough iron even if we do refine all the stone. So yeah, this is going to be one hell of a project. And I'm really looking forward to it. But that'll be up in the next couple episodes. Also, what's that over there? There's a little drone. Or cargo ship of some sort flying around. Yeah. So, yeah, so sorry if this was a shorter episode. I think it's probably going to be a pretty short episode. But yeah, this is kind of all I really had time for, and I needed to get an episode out for you guys because it's been 2 or 3 months since the last one. And hopefully, I say this every time, but hopefully it'll start getting more frequent. But yeah, hope everyone enjoyed. Bye!